Sir?
Yes?
Please forgive me for interrupting your meditation, but a messenger just flew in from the kingdoms.
What?
I know we're not supposed to bother you at this hour, but he said that it was...
Send them in.
Yes, sir.
I wonder... Are you okay?
Despite my appearance, I'm holding up. My name's Kair, the Queen's messenger. The kingdoms... They were attacked. The Queen made it strict that I speak with you immediately.
I see. Can you fetch a healer, please? We need to treat our guests' injuries.
Yes, sir.
There's no need to treat my wounds, sir. I said I was all right. I'm just a messenger.
You're a guest in my territory. All guests receive the care as if they were a part of our tribe. And by your condition, whatever you're here for, it cannot be good.
No, not good at all. The Queen made it clear she would fill you in on everything that happened once she gets here. She said she's terribly sorry for the short notice.
Knowing Afliana, I can understand why. From what you remember, can you tell me what happened?
It all happened so fast, I don't know the details. But one thing is for certain. We are now at war.
Huh? There you are, Akita!
Huh? What? Oh, whoa! Oof. Oh, not again.
Are you alright?
No, you've killed me. Thanks. So, Dakota, what are you doing out here so early?
Well, your dad sent me. He needs to speak with you.
Oh. He didn't happen to say why, now did he?
Kind of, although I don't know too much.
I'm not in trouble, am I?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's good. You had me worried there for a moment. I thought y'all figured it out way too early.
Are you actually implying that you've done something that could get you into trouble?
Please. I'm as innocent as a flower.
Says the girl who put poisonous leaves in her brother's bed. He couldn't stop scratching himself for days.
Ugh, you guys just won't let that go, will you?
And do I dare remind you of the time—
Alright, okay, I got it. Thanks. I'm a terrible person. But if I'm not in trouble, then why does my dad need to speak with me right now? I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Remind me never to get on your bad side.
Who says you weren't?
Oh boy. Anyway, as I stated before, I don't know the details, but he received a message last night that disturbed him, to say the least. He said he'd fill you in on everything when you get back to camp.
Okay, well, you're just lucky I was getting ready to go back anyway. I have some, unfinished business.
Why do those words concern me?
Ha! And told them what, exactly? Rules are just guidelines. Get over it.
I think you're missing the point. We just want—
Akita! Hey there, Jasper. Come here. Oh. You're getting a little bit big for this, don't you think?
Nah, Kidda need be stronger.
You've got some nerve, little man. I mean, I'm not the strongest, but I have a heart, you know. Hey! These are not for eating! Bad Jasper!
Akita, you don't have to be so mean.
Hey, he started it. Besides, these vines aren't edible. You wouldn't want your son eating something so nasty. At least, I don't think.
Nasty, huh? I recall that you tried to eat the skin of a barbed melon when you were his age.
Can you stop bringing up all of my bad life decisions? How was I supposed to know the outside of the fruit would be so pokey? Ugh.
It's called barbed for a reason.
Whatever. It's not like I would have understood what that word meant when I was like 3 anyway.
Anyway, Dakota, Nalion is in his cave speaking with the queen. He asked that you report to him once you found Akita.
I thought the whole point of grabbing Akita was he needed to speak with her. Never mind. Never mind.
Well, looks like I'm not needed here for a little bit. I'm just gonna get back to my own thing.
Not so fast, young lady. Where are you going with those vines?
You know, just some crazy, pointless idea. That's all.
What in the...
How about I apologize in advance instead?
What happened?
I think the better question is who?
Oh, yeah. What a mystery. Yeah, who would do such a thing? It's just... Didn't Dad need to speak with me? I better go do that. Hey, no, put me down! Yeah, I know.
Unexpectedly expected as always.
That doesn't make sense in the very least.
You successfully find a way to surprise me even when I know something is coming.
Gotta give the universe some credit, bro. I only wanted to decorate your room in vines. I never imagined this. I guess the universe just hates you.
You see, I might find that slightly amusing if my head didn't feel like it was about to explode. I'll be sure to follow my complaints to both of you then. I've got some things I'd like to say.
And so do I. Like, how you'll want to watch your head.
Wait, what? Ah!
I told you to watch your head.
One normal wake up, that's all I ask for.
It's not my fault you're such a sound sleeper. I told you, if you woke at sunrise, I wouldn't do anything to your tent.
Not everyone is an early riser like you are. I value sleep. You should try it sometime.
Accusing me of not sleeping. I do sleep, but I don't like to waste the day. There's so many productive things I could be doing instead.
I wouldn't call trapping me in my tent with a web of vines productive.
At least it's amusing.
And I wouldn't call my own pain and suffering amusing.
What's going on over here?
Dad!
Akita's out to kill me again, just like every morning.
I wouldn't call it trying. Your confidence died when I dumped a bucket of water in your hammock a couple moons back.
I said it then and I'll say it now. That wasn't funny!
Can you two quit this unnecessary bickering for once? Akita, follow me. I need to speak with you.
But Dad, I do this type of thing all the time. This one was just worse than I thought. I didn't mean for him to get tangled up like that. I'm sorry, Settling.
It's fine. I told you I may have found it amusing if I wasn't the victim. I'm just grumpy when I wake up. Just keep the pranks less harmful.
I'm glad to see everything's alright, but you're still coming with me, Akita.
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Yes, but that incident outside isn't exactly why I called you in here.
Wait, does this have to do with what Dakota was talking about?
In here.
Wait, in there? As in the cave. You're letting me in the cave.
Correction. You are invited in the cave. For this instance.
Yes! Whoa! And it's smaller than I expected. Who are...
Akita, this is Afliana, the Queen of Mediterania, and a good friend of the tribe.
Queen? Am I supposed to bow or something?
No need. You're good as you are.
Okay.
Many people give the same reaction. I find it so amusing.
This is Lily. She's the kingdom's main prophet and helps out in many of my duties. I couldn't ask for a better friend.
A prophet? So you talk with spirits and stuff? That's so cool!
It's not a big deal, really. Everyone has their own gifts, and this just happens to be mine.
And you already know me! Not that I'm all that important compared to the Queen of Mediterania or her prophet.
Status in a hierarchy has nothing to do with the importance of an individual.
I couldn't agree more.
I don't normally see you in that form, Dakota. Is there a reason?
Just to make your dad irritated. You're not the only one who likes to rebel.
Ooh.
Don't you think about it, Akita. Unlike Dakota, the process that gets you back into your human form can take a while. I can't have you do that. And especially now. Dakota, can I have a hand?
Well, maybe if you let me switch forms more often, I'd learn.
Maybe. But there's a reason I've wanted the tribe to sustain a human form for an extended period. A hand?
Fine.
Well, it would be nice to know your reasoning for once. What is...
It's a bit of a long story.
Tell me, Akita, are you familiar with the story of the Eternal Light?
That seems very off topic, don't you think?
Akita, can you please listen? Just this once?
Okay. It's the story painted near the top wall. According to legend, the great leaders of the world were at war over resources or something of that matter. Each country was lacking something important and necessary to survival. When the fight seemed like it would never end, a fierce storm or something broke out in the midst of the battlefield and stopped the armies in their tracks. Suddenly, a second sun broke through the clouds and landed on a nearby mountain in the form of a giant land creature. They stated that they were the creator of this world and all that lived in it. They commanded the armies to stop fighting, for they would resolve the conflict. Then, a ball of light hovered over the armies and it split into 7 different parts, each part holding a different element. The leaders were given the part of the light they lacked the most in their territory, and all was supposedly resolved. But that's all just some legend.
I wish it were. But unfortunately, at least the part of the light is very true. A few nights ago, our kingdoms were attacked by thieves, seeking this, Mediterranea's piece of the Eternal Light.
It's a staff.
I understand it doesn't appear that impressive, but the staff holds power of the divine, and, in the wrong hands, it will cause nothing but destruction.
A staff?
The Guardians, or those who keep the light, like Afliana, prefer to keep the light a little obscure, hidden in the least expected places. We originally had the light sealed away in a chamber in the upper corridors, but...
No room was safe from the destruction those thieves caused. I had a member of my council transfer the light to the staff so we could take it with us. We couldn't save the kingdoms from the attack, but we were able to prevent its power from falling into the wrong hands. And perhaps I could learn to use this power to defend myself.
I thought you've had experience with handling the light. What would you need to learn?
The light was designed to create peace among the great powers of our world. Unfortunately, I don't think a peaceful solution will handle these creeps. They would use it as a weapon, and thus, the only way to defend it is to tap into that power which they seek.
Let me get this straight. You didn't even fight back. You just took your magical staff and left your kingdom to rot. Wow, some ruler you are.
Akita! This is the Queen. You ought to treat her with respect. From what I had learned earlier, fleeing was a last-ditch effort to keep the artifact safe, correct?
Trust me. Leaving the kingdom behind felt wrong, in every way. A noble ruler would have fought until they couldn't. But the kingdoms are only a small part of Mediterranean. I'm not just the queen of an army, but of everyone on this continent.
We collapsed what we could of the tunnels behind us. However, that's not going to stop them from spreading their war through all of Mediterranean, just like they did back in Archiello 13 years ago.
War? You mean what's happening here has happened before?
Yes, it unfortunately has and is still happening. I have occasionally received news about it, but I often don't report it.
You've known about this and you haven't told us?
We try to stay out of these affairs. Such information hasn't concerned the sake of our tribe. We've had a lot of other things to worry about due to our former territory. However, despite the tribe being somewhat independent from the monarchy, it won't matter to these thieves. Besides, I couldn't risk information getting out.
Information? What are you?
Do you remember what your mother and I said about how we found you.
You said I was a gift from the stars. That's what you named me after. Of the sky.
We thought a star had fallen to the ground after a bright light emerged from the sky. However, when we went to the site where the light had fallen, all we found was you, with this.
It's a stick.
Just follow along, alright?
At first, Ray and I didn't think too hard about it. We experienced strange events all the time. It wasn't until days later when we learned about the attack on Archilio did we string a theory together.
This tribe's territory is one of the many places around the world that holds what is called a rift. An area in which the distance between one place to another is exponentially shortened and allows certain places closer together. We believe that the bright light they had seen was you exiting an existing rift from the other side of the world.
That doesn't seem possible.
There are many things that don't seem possible. I understand that it's a lot of information to wrap around your head, but it's the only thing that we can think of that explains how we found you with the guardian staff of Archilio.
You're saying the stick belonged to someone similar to Athleona, on the other side of the world?
I know for a fact that it did. Archalio is a cold environment, and their piece of the light contained fire, an element that was rare to come across in such conditions. The fire brought warmth and comfort to the harsh season on the continent. However, the element is also very dangerous if not used properly. I can see why the thieves attacked there first.
So, does that mean the element's still inside the stick?
Part of it.
It appears someone drained the heat out of it, making the flames cold. In other words, nothing good comes out of the staff anymore. Just destruction.
So I'm holding onto a super weapon. Awesome!
Remind me again why you picked her to look after it.
I doubt it was a coincidence that she's the one that went through that rift with the staff. The thieves obviously never got what they wanted. Now, it would be safer if she were to go with the staff, not just for her safety, but for the tribe's as well.
Go? Wait, you're sending me away?
You're potentially in a lot of danger, kid. And with it being a matter of weeks or even days until the war reaches our area, the sooner we get you somewhere safe, the better.
I swear, if I came across one of those thieves, they'd be on the ground faster than they could even blink.
These thieves took control of 2 continents before they took the kingdoms here in Mediterranean. If you think this is just another training match with your friends, then you're already dead.
In that case, then why can't we all go? If you're sending me somewhere that's supposedly safe, why can't everyone go?
As much as I'd love to, there's a specific reason we no longer use the other part of our territory.
You brought that up before. What exactly do you mean, other territory?
The rifts we were talking about earlier. There's one located in a place you'll find out about tomorrow. Our tribe used to use the rift regularly before Nalian took leadership.
You never actually told us why you quit using it. What happened?
I do not wish to go into the details, but the world that Rift is connected to is constantly changing. We were forced out of our own territory, to say the least.
Great. You're moving me out of danger to send me into more danger. That just makes sense. I'm sorry. The jokes make me feel better. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this whole situation. Where's my say in all of this anyway?
I know this is a lot to take in, but this is for your own good. That staff you're holding, we believe that you're the only one who can wield it, but you cannot practice it here, in front of others. Word will get out about it.
And what's wrong with that?
They will come after you for sure.
I just can't believe I don't get a say in any of this. Shouldn't I at least know exactly where I'm going? I mean, Dad already hinted that it could be dangerous.
I thought you liked danger.
Of course I like danger. It's just...
Scary.
No, just different. All my life I'm used to stretching the rules and doing things I'm not supposed to. We've been told to stay in the territory, but now that I'm being sent out of it, it just doesn't feel the same.
So, you're more upset by the fact that you have to conform with what's going on than by the fact that you're actually leaving?
I don't know. Maybe?
Or maybe you actually are scared and you just don't want to admit it.
Why would I be scared of a child's tale?
I guess.
No. You're right.
Wait, what?
I think deep down I am scared or even terrified of what's gonna happen. Scared that I'm not gonna know what's happening here. Irritated that I'm not allowed to fight back.
I guess that would be a scary thought.
And of course, I'm mad that I have to stay within the rules for the time being.
Well, I'm sure there will be plenty of rules to break wherever you're going.
What do you mean?
Just because you won't be here doesn't mean there can't be fun wherever you're heading. Think of it as an adventure.
A forced adventure?
Then make it your own adventure. It would actually be kind of fun going out of the territory, don't you think?
You know what? You're right.
That's the second time you said I was right in this conversation. Who are you and what have you done to my sister?
Oh, no. I'm still here.
Wait, what are you... Not again! You had way too much free time this morning.
I promise, there was a lot more planned had I not been dragged into that meeting this morning. Hey! Get this off of me!
It's funny how your attitude changes when you become the victim. Did you know vines are also short-tempered?
What's that supposed to mean?
You both snap so easily.
Oh! The vines snap easily, huh? Well, I'm sure you wish they did when you got out of bed this morning.
Settling. Come in.
You wanted to see me?
Yes. I saw you talking with your sister earlier. Was she doing all right?
Well, she seemed very flustered. Why does she have to go? Why can't you hide the staff with someone else? Or better yet, just keep it in the safe place without Akita. If you're trusting someone to take care of her, why can't you trust them with the artifact itself?
Did Akita tell you about the war?
Kind of. But I already knew about the war before you took me into the tribe. I don't like to think about how, though. They aren't good memories.
I see. You never talked much about where you came from.
It's better this way. You guys are more of a family than the ones I left behind. But that's not my point. What's so important about Akita that she's the one who has to leave?
For whatever reason, she's the only one we know who can wield Polaris' staff. She was too young to remember, but...
Akita's the last person I trust with what sounds like a death weapon.
Normally, I would agree, but the spirits have talked to me, and they have talked to the Queen's prophets. They told us that Akita could learn to control the staff and use it to help us. However, it would require time. They suggested that we send her through the rift, past an abandoned part of our territory.
What's significant about this rift? Akita seemed confused by it.
We told Akita that the rift allows certain places closer together. However, we did not explain the significance this particular rift holds. It's not just a former territory, it's a portal to another world.
What do you mean?
Our tribe acted as a line of defense to keep creatures from both worlds in their respective areas. The animals that inhabit both regions can vary in many ways. We thought it'd be best to keep these things protected. Unfortunately, the area outside our territory was rapidly changing, and we were eventually forced out.
If you were forced out, why send Akita over there?
Dakota knows someone across the border who, well, he claims would be willing to help.
You don't sound too thrilled about that.
I'm not, but I do trust this person to help. I sent Dakota through the rift to talk with her, and we'll see. If all goes well, you may have to say goodbye to your sister tomorrow. Unless, of course, if you wanted to tag along.
Wait, you're asking if I want to go with her?
Dakota and I were talking before he left. Akita trusts you a lot, and I'd feel better knowing that she had someone like you to keep her in line, rather than out on her own doing who knows what. She breaks guidelines chronically, and I need someone responsible to look after her. Besides, your hair. It's not a trait seen in our tribe. It may be safer for you to go with her as well.
I guess that's true. I'll make sure Akita doesn't get into too much trouble. What about you guys, though?
When the war reaches us, they will have nothing to suspect. I hope.
What? I thought you were asleep!
Nope, I heard everything.
Everything?
Well, at least the part about you coming along. You're coming, right?
Perhaps. You suddenly seem a little more like yourself.
Oh, what can I say? I just had a little more free time while you were gone.
Hey!
Dakota! I thought Nalion said you weren't allowed to come back. Ever. Under any circumstances.
Yeah, that kind of... Nalion's the one who sent me here, actually.
Did he now?
Yeah. Believe it or not, we were wondering if you could do us a favor.
What makes you think I'd want to help?
Look, I know things got difficult between the tribe.
It's been 11 years, Dakota.
Has it? In all fairness, time runs differently where we're from.
How do I know you're not pulling my leg?
Well, Dorothy, I'm here, aren't I? Isn't that enough to at least spike your curiosity?